Welcome once again to Chromolution.com. This is Stephen Burns, and let's continue our tutorials by adding in the additional architecture that we're going to place behind the wall. Alright, as you can see, we have our completed perspective grid here. And it's matching, somewhat fairly well to the scene. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but somewhat accurate to your the particular photograph that's going to be your base image. Let's go over here and grab the architecture that we're going to actually put back in there. I'm not going to see the top portion of the architecture, so I'm going to use my polygonal lasso tool, and I'm going to basically outline this building. Let's go right here and select on in and just click around and just get the basic outline around the top. Okay, so as I mentioned, a lot of this we're not going to see, so I'm going to bring this all the way around. Let's go ahead and bring this straight on down, bring it across, and we have our selection. Okay, now all I'm going to do is Control C for copy. Let's go to the next image and Control V for paste. Okay, so we have a much larger image, which is actually fine. And what I like to do is let's go ahead and hit the tab key to make everything go away. Let's go to our move tool, and we're going to position it right about over in here. Okay, so basically you can see that the perspective is way off on a lot of this, so we're going to make some changes here. Okay, so let's start by cutting out part of this the architecture, and I'm going to hit the Control T to free transform and just bring it down just slightly. It's a little bit too big. There. Okay, that's going to work for now. Go ahead and hit enter, and I'm going to go back to the polygonal lasso tool, grab it, and I'm going to cut off this piece right in here. Bring it all the way across and connect it. I'm going to hit Command X, Command or Control X to cut it out, and Command or Control V to paste it on in there. Okay, let's turn off the bottom one for now so it doesn't get in our way. Let's go hit the V key. Let's move this on over, and this is going to go behind the wall, but for now we're just going to position it. And I'm going to hit Command minus, or you can use your Alt and space bar together and kind of use your subpixel zooming. And let's go over here and hit Command T, and once again I'm going to use the Control key, and we're going to basically try to align this to our perspective. Okay, I'm going to bring this on over, and if we take a look at our scene, the lines here are basically going straight up and down, so we want to match that as well. Alright, let's go ahead and bring it on up. Bring it up a little higher, and let's bring this down so we start to kind of match what we're seeing in this perspective. So I'm going to hit scroll down just a little bit more, and obviously I need to bring this down like so. Okay, so that's getting a lot closer to where we want. There. Okay, that's looking much better. And I'm going to bring it up just slightly. See what we're going to get. I want to bring this down because we're not going to see a lot of this foliage here. Alright, so let's go ahead and shorten it up just a little bit, but by shortening it up it skews the perspective a little bit, so I'm going to have to correct it once again and bring that up. Alright, so we're looking at the top ledges of the window. We're trying to match the red perspective grid. Now if the grid has a tendency to get in your way just a little bit, and you find that to be slightly irritating, then bring down this opacity. Let's go over here and bring down the opacity just slightly so that you can see your architecture. Alright, so there it is. The architecture is, oops, I actually pulled the grid. Let's go ahead and select the architecture. It's positioned to where we want. Now we're going to add another little section that's coming off here, actually going into the scene toward the right. Alright, so when we come back, let's go ahead and hit the tab key, bring it up, Command 0. Not bad. I think that's going to match pretty well. And again, we're going to use a mask to isolate this, but we're going to do that in the next video following. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this, and if you, once again, you want to get an idea as to who I am, go over to chromeillusion.com and be sure to access my site and view the books, and be sure to take a look at my latest book, Photoshop CS5 Trickery and Effects. Alright, look forward to seeing you in the next presentation. This is Stephen Burns. Enjoy.